Hey guys, so we are here on episode number 4. This is another episode with the Keeping It Real with the iMath girls. I'm so happy to have you all here. Seriously, this has become like my favorite little thing
Yeah, me
to
too.
do. This is like free therapy and it's fun to
Yes.
do.
Yeah.
And we're keeping it real. So
Yeah.
follow us on YouTube, click the share and the follow button. We're going to be on Instagram too and social media of each one of us.
Yes.
Subject today, are you ladies ready?
Well, I'm
ready.
ready.
Let's
I'm
get
so
juicy.
excited.
Yes.
We're going to be talking about red flags.
Yes. Yeah.
Red flags. So let me ask you a question. Have you ladies ever seen a red flag that you're like, that might be a little pink?
Yeah.
Yeah. That might be a
I
little.
think.
That
I
might
think
be a little
I think
daily.
we all have.
I think daily.
Absolutely.
Daily. She say daily.
Daily.
Yeah.
Oh, we have
I
to
do.
talk about some of those daily
Oh,
red
yeah.
flags.
Listen.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, I mean, I think we can all share experiences from the past, sometimes from the present too, where we have engaged in red flags and they are there every day, present. And
I think at one point I was a red flag. I mean,
I love that. I like
At least
that.
you're honest.
I mean, if somebody sits here and tells you, "Oh, I don't have any red flags," that's a red flag.
that is a
Thank
big
you.
red flag.
That's-
Because
Yes.
nobody's
That's the first
perfect.
one.
No.
Like
Nobody's
Let's
perfect.
get that on there. No one's perfect, and I know for sure you have a red flag. Your mom has a red flag. Your daddy has a red flag. Everybody in your family has a red
I love
flag.
that. The whole
Yeah.
family.
So,
the whole
that's
family
it.
red
Yes.
flag.
I think it's very true what you say. We all have red flags and green
Mm-hmm.
flags, and then the in between, a little yellow flag and stuff like that. But I think it's all about accountability.
Yeah.
Yes,
Like I can see
absolutely.
I mean, I'm Hispanic. We can be a little toxic.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. But I can see myself going there, and then I'm like, okay, stop it, Jocelyn.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
put her back in the little box.
Yeah.
And let's keep her container in the box. And I'll take a step back. I take one or two step backs, and I'm like able to like, okay, I think I was going to a toxic place here. I think that was a little bit of a red flag.
Yep.
Let me fix that.
But I like how you can catch that red flag in the moment.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yes.
And she's able to put it where she needs to store it to get
Of
the
course.
best return on, you know,
1,000%.
that thing.
I
Yeah.
love that.
And I think that that's what separates, okay, like I said, everybody has a red flag, but can you acknowledge it? And can you, fix it? Or can you at least try to get better?
Yes.
Yeah, because nobody wants to admit that they have a red flag, right?
No.
Like
Yeah.
none of us want to be like, oh, I have this going on, or this is,
Yeah.
yeah. So to admit it is a big part of it.
Yeah.
It just helps you grow too.
Absolutely, but I think it's all part of the human experience
Mm-hmm.
and us wanting our own way and wanting what we want and being stubborn about things that we want. And we can be red flags, we can be a little toxic.
Yeah.
But let's share some experiences about some of the red flags that
Yeah,
we've
let's
seen.
get into
um,
it.
here. What do you girls think about love bombing?
Oh gosh.
Because to be honest, it
Where do
feels
I
so
begin?
good.
Yeah,
It feels so
it
good.
is a red flag.
kidding.
I have to unlock the phone,
I
but
don't
yeah,
even have to
I agree with the
say
I guess
lady.
this is
anything
mine.
at all.
Yeah,
But I mean, doesn't it feel good?
Let me make it
This
a little
is the red
bigger.
flag that I want to make
little bigger
yellow
for
or
y'all.
pink
Crazy.
because
Yeah.
The crazy part about
Yes.
love bombing is I feel like sometimes I love bomb.
how so?
Because, I have that need or that tendency to want to provide and want to shower. Like, I love gifts. Like, I love giving gifts.
Okay.
And
I do too.
sometimes you can go overboard, especially when you have trauma and you are, wanting that satisfaction of like someone loving you so bad that you love bomb the next person because you're trying to receive the love that you so desire.
I see how you mean.
I
Because
get that.
there could be a toxic way of love bombing where someone is manipulative, someone is just point blank psychotic,
Yeah,
but then there's the
narciss-
other side of
yeah.
love bombing where you desire that love so bad that you are overboard with your love. And I think sometimes even with friendships, I noticed that I used to do that. Like if I meet a friend, I've always grown up like I've always had a best friend.
Yes.
But 9 times out of 10, they're my best friend, but I'm not theirs.
Oh, yeah.
But that just goes to the love bombing, is because like I'm showering you with gifts. I love so hard that at the end of the day, it's a a love
It's
bomb.
a one-way street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what love bombing is. It's like you pour, you pour, you pour, you pour to the point where someone feels obligated to you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Someone can be your friend just because they feel bad that, they don't even know how to let you down as a friend because you're just like, you're so nice, you're so kind.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, that's not right either.
So
Yeah.
you, Divine, you made an interesting point. You said that you've learned, you've loved someone so much to where it's not reciprocated, right? So how were you able to see that? Like, what were some of the things that you noticed that you were doing that the other person wasn't giving it back in return?
I honestly think it was more so of like a self-reflection where I still wasn't feeling fulfilled. So I started, instead of trying to expect, like something to receive in return, I started to like pour into myself instead.
Okay.
Good.
And that is what helped me to balance that. So now I can still give love, but I love me more than I love anybody else now.
Thank you.
I
That's
like
very
that.
important.
Yeah.
That's very important because at the end of the day, we are all such unique individuals. And I can be Jocelyn, but I cannot expect Jocelyn out
Yes.
of people back.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's
Absolutely.
been one of the biggest lessons to learn in my life because you do, I'm very much like you, but I'm a people's pleaser. I grew
Yes.
up being a
Yes.
people's pleaser.
Yes.
Yes.
And I got to
Same.
a certain point in life where you truly burn yourself.
You
Yeah.
do.
Because you're
Yes,
putting
yeah.
everybody else ahead of you, ahead of your own wishes, dreams, desire, because you want to be good to people.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then on the other end, like you say, many times they were my best friend, but I was not the best friend.
Yeah.
Or
Yes.
many times you don't get reciprocated back, and it doesn't feel good. It doesn't
Yeah.
feel good, but at the same time, that's when the lesson comes in that be a lovable person. If,
Yeah.
if you're a love girl, by all means, give all the love, be
Yeah.
yourself. You just gotta learn to pour back into your cup and to love yourself above everything and,
Yeah.
and anything because it's very important that you put yourself first, that you love yourself first, and that you don't expect yourself out of other people, and that you
Yes.
get to accept other people the way they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, and don't change yourself
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
someone else because, like you said, if you're pouring and pouring and pouring, that's who you are.
Correct.
And that's okay. That's
Yes.
okay. And not everybody is going to accept that, like they should.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
1,000%. And love bombing ultimately, like when you get deep down into it, it's because you lack fulfillment.
Absolutely.
And that's why you try to love bomb so much, is because you're really just seeking validation that you never had.
Yes.
yes.
And that goes for relationships. I mean, it could even go into your business.
Absolutely.
When you don't know your worth going into a business and you're not confident, you're gonna actually attract the wrong type of clients and customers. You're gonna attract the clients that don't have and respect your boundaries, that they will be texting you at 1 a.m. You know why? Because you allowed that.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you
Absolutely.
allowed
Right.
those.
You brought that
you
door
brought that
open,
to
yeah.
yourself.
Right.
Because you have, that people pleasing mentality,
Yes.
but there's no boundaries. Because you can be a people pleaser. I think we need more genuine, nice people in this world. But I'm not a doormat.
Thank you.
Yes.
And I think love bombing can also be with, family,
Oh,
people
for
that
sure.
you
Yes,
love,
absolutely.
right?
Yep.
Even from your parents sometimes.
From your-
Yes.
yes.
But sometimes there's an agenda. Like most of the times, there's an agenda here. I think that there can be different levels of love bombing in the people that you encounter this with. And I think when the agenda comes in place, or
Yeah.
when you're coming from lack,
Yeah.
Yes.
that's a problem, obviously. And the other biggest thing, which it happens most of the time in relationships with the opposite sex, it's when it comes with inconsistency. I
Absolutely.
love bomb you the
Yes.
first 3 months, the first month, the first 6 months. And then once I felt like you were secure enough and I had you, they drop
It
you.
goes
Oh,
that
for
yeah.
sure.
Cold.
That's what we
Yeah.
call that
Cold, you-
honeymoon stage.
You don't matter
You
anymore.
don't really know someone
Yeah.
until you know someone. Once all of the
When shit
the
hits the
pretty,
fan.
when all the pretty goes away and the over accessorizing and all those things, when that's
Yes.
gone,
Yeah.
then that's when that real person comes out.
No, I
Yeah.
agree
Yeah.
1,000%. That love bombing, like in that first beginning stages, you have to learn how to navigate like, oh crap, like is this a red flag, or are they genuine and do they truly love me?
And
Yes.
I think
Agreed.
you know, sometimes with us that's experiencing, or we say that we believe that we're being love bombed, it can really be us.
Yeah.
Like for
Yes.
instance, the way that we want to live our lives and the goals that we have and the things that we're doing, we can say, okay, well, this person, we have such and such in common and like, so I'm just gonna pour into this person
Yeah.
and give them everything and hope that this person can reach the level of success that I am
Yeah.
trying to achieve. And when that person does not, it's kind of like they let you down, but reality of it is you kind of let yourself down because
Absolutely.
all
Absolutely.
of the red flags were there
Yeah.
before the idea came into fruition.
And see, we want to ignore that too. I think
Yeah.
somewhere
Of
deep
course.
inside of us, we ignore those red flags because we either are hoping or we want something.
Yes.
Something different to come when it's not
Absolutely.
coming, even
Yeah.
if it's never going to come.
Yes.
We're wishing and hoping and praying that it
So,
will.
I don't watch much TV lately, or for the last several years actually. And I dabble into, I love podcasts, and I
Yeah.
love learning things and going through behavioral patterns and people and changes in relationship and all of these things. And me, after breaking up from a very long relationship,
Yeah.
I've learned that, to be honest with you, we fall in love with potential.
Correct.
Yes.
We do.
We
Yes.
do this movie in
Say
our
that
head.
again.
Yeah.
Good part.
We do.
Yes,
We fall in love
we
with
do.
potential because we see qualities on a person that sometimes they don't even see themselves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Most of the time, people don't even believe in themselves, and I mean, if you don't love yourself, how can you expect others to love you? Like, it all starts. It's an inner job.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
All
and you see
internal.
this person, and you see all the great qualities that this person have, and sometimes you're like, no, I can change him, or
Yes.
like, it's gonna get better, or I just need to teach them and all
Or
of
show
these
them or
things.
lead
Yeah.
them or
No.
put them in a situation or environment to say, hey,
Yes.
you know,
Yeah.
this is the way. But it's ultimately up to that person.
It is.
And see, if you have to do all of that, right there is a red
Red
flag.
flag.
It
But
is
that's
a
one
red
of those
flag.
ones we're
It
going to
is a
miss
red flag.
and
No,
ignore
yeah.
because we want it
Yes.
that bad.
Listen.
But again, you're 23, 21.
Of course.
Are you thinking about red
No.
flags?
Absolutely not.
I didn't even know what a red flag
Listen,
was until I knew
in
what
my
a red
last
flag was.
relationship, you know how many times I was praying, I was like, please God, take this away from him, take this away from him. And it was just like, how delusional.
Yeah.
Like,
I think we
how
all been there.
how embarrassing
Yeah.
on top of that. But
Yes.
you really think like, okay, I'm gonna pray for him every single day. Like, he's gonna change, he's gonna change. But every time I pray for him to change, God would be like, girl,
Yeah.
Yeah, you already
Yeah.
knew.
let me
you
let me
still went
let me
for
This
work
it.
ain't
on
the
you.
one.
How today
Let
is
me
gonna
work on
go.
you. Let me
Yeah.
work on you
This ain't
because
the one.
if I work on you, then you're gonna realize, baby, he needs more than praise.
Yeah, yeah.
He needs a revelation. He needs a exorcism. He needs something.
He needs to be born again.
exactly.
That's it. No, but yeah, we do. We
can't
fall in
help.
love with potential. We fall in love. We do. We literally project a movie in our head of
Yeah.
what it's going to look like and what it's going to be like.
Yeah.
And then we find out 10, 15, 20 years later.
Yeah.
I
After
think
you
that
got
that's
the
feminine
family and the
tendencies,
career,
though.
you find out
Yeah.
like, hey, no, this is really not, you know,
For
was
sure.
for me. Yeah.
I think as women, we always want to
Yeah.
play like, Barbara the Builder.
Right.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we just do. That's that feminine tendency that we have,
Yep.
like that nurturing and, oh, let me fix him. I can fix. And you can even try to fix your parents.
Right.
Yes.
Like, you know what? If I can just take care of my parents and show them the right way, girl, they're going to be dogging you while you were young. They're going to be dogging you while you're an adult.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
It all
For
starts
sure.
with, the patterns that you accept.
Yeah.
Another red flag that we get to see everywhere: inconsistency.
Yes.
Oh, that's a big one.
People
That's
talk
a
that
big
big
one.
talk,
Yeah.
and they
Yes.
say a
Yes.
lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a paper can hold anything you put in it.
Anything
But-
you put in it.
I'm always, don't talk about it, be
Be
about,
about
it.
it.
Yes.
That's my motto here.
Yep.
But inconsistency, huge red flag. I
Mm-hmm.
cannot. I do not thrive in where there's inconsistency. I do not thrive where in confusion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where I don't know what's going on. I just don't do well in those settings
Yeah.
and environment. And it can happen everywhere. It can
Yeah.
happen with your family. It can happen with a spouse. It can happen at work. It can happen even with friends.
Yes,
Yes.
it can. It can. Yes, it can. Yep.
Just the other day, I was having a conversation with this young lady, and there's a significant age gap in between the lady and the gentleman. The gentleman's actually older. But she is, like independent, fierce, business owner type, and he's more so, he lived a long life and now he has kids and he kind of want to slow down and settle down, so he's not as like eager as she is to be something more than what she feels that he should be. And she was basically saying, like, how do you change a person to make them see or show them the way, even if the way that they perceive it is not the best way. And I told her, well, you got to understand, like, you got to understand that that's person willing. They willing. If they willing to do it, or if they're not willing to do it. And obviously, if he's giving you more of, like, this is just not for me. Hey, listen, I love you for you, but I've been living my life like this for a long time. This is where I'm at. Accept me for who I am. Well, this is the characteristic that he has grown to grown
And people
into.
are set in their ways.
They are.
Yeah.
You can't teach an old dog new ways. I always
Yes.
say it. I really do, because you can't. Once humans are naturally habitual beings.
Yes. Yep. I agree.
Right.
And that's where it's, you really can't. It's like they say, oh, you can teach an old dog new tricks. No, you really can't. Because they're going to revert even if they try. That's the thing. It's like, how many times have you had a conversation with your boyfriend or your, spouse or whatever, and you're like, all right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to, I need you to do this for me and I'll do this for you. And it's good for about a week.
Right.
And then what happens? We're back into the same pattern.
Yeah,
Right.
and that can happen
Because-
in friendships and in
Yes,
the workplace. Like,
absolutely.
you know how many times a boss is like, okay, listen, like, I need you to do this and do that. And then it's like, okay, that fire is underneath your ass, so you're going to be good for a week.
Right.
Once the spotlight's off of you, you're going to
Yep.
go back to your normal ways.
That inconsistency.
Yeah.
That's
Yes,
inconsistency.
it
And I
is.
think that the problem with that, the problem that we have is that sometimes we stay in this environment for way too long.
Then we get used to it.
Yeah.
Because it's familiar.
Get
Because-
complacent.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
We've
but
accepted it
again,
now.
there's some people who are miserable, but they just don't want to start over.
Correct.
Yes.
Because they're invested
Yes.
here.
They
Yes.
are.
There's so many
Absolutely.
years, and there's kids
Yep.
included here too, and there is just like ego.
Yeah.
And
Ego
Yeah.
killed us.
And a lot
will.
with that, I just feel like they feel like what people is going to think. Oh, we've been together for 20 years.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they don't know we're sleeping in separate rooms.
Right, right.
And, we're like kind of living the same life, but because it's convenient, it's familiar.
Yes.
I've been
It
here
is
for so long
familiar. And
time.
sometimes familiar chaos
Yeah.
feels like love.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
you don't know
Yes.
anything different than that, and you're afraid, and sometimes there's heaven waiting for you, but because you have this hell that has been going on for so long, you feel familiar with your
Yeah.
familiar hell than an unknown heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And
like
people
love
end
this-
up choosing
Yeah.
that familial hell
Yeah.
over that unknown heaven.
And you
because
know what that's
they
called?
don't know what they don't know.
That is called a trauma bond.
Yeah.
It is a
So
trauma
that
bond.
is just
Thank you.
that
It
is
is a trauma
exactly
bond.
what it is,
Yeah.
and that's not something you can just switch off.
Yes.
And
it's
quite frankly,
unfortunate.
I'm sorry, but that's also a red flag within itself for the other person.
Right.
Yeah.
If you can stay in a toxic environment just for the sake of, well, that's what I'm used to, you're a red flag.
Right.
Because how do you not want better for yourself? And that's why I'm a firm believer that I used to be a red flag, and I still have red flag tendencies because of all the things that I used to tolerate. I was okay with the familiar hell.
Yeah. It was like love disguised as deception
Yeah.
in a way.
But it's like at some point in time, you have to take a step back and like, okay, I'm contributing to the redness.
Right.
Yes.
You think you're making it pink? No, baby, you making it more red.
Right.
Yeah.
At this point, you inferno.
Because
Yeah.
it's like you said, yeah, 'cause
Yes.
it's almost like you said earlier, it's kind of like you want this person to change. All you see
Yeah.
is the good in this person, right?
And you're just letting them red flags go over the head.
head,
It's
yes.
like, you know.
And you know what? A blind eye is a dumb one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you can see this clearly happening and you just turning the other cheek, you're adding to the problem.
Yeah.
Which means you
Absolutely.
are the problem.
Yeah.
As far as I know.
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
right.
that's it all goes back to taking accountability and having that awareness. That self-awareness is very important because that is going to allow you to prosper and grow. That's why most people stay complacent, because they have no self-awareness.
And I feel like a lot of us don't talk about it. It's why we stay for so long.
Absolutely.
You know, it's kind of like,
Yes.
is anybody else going through these things or
Right.
experiences any of these things or feeling the way that I feel? And more to that is like, how do I get out of this?
Yes.
Like, what is the
Yes.
step? Like, I've been so entwined with this person for so long. I'm very comfortable. This is what I know.
Absolutely.
And we can, you know, we've built so much. We have a family, we have a whole career.
Yeah.
So how do I turn this red flag, you know, into a green one?
Yeah.
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 You know?
I mean,
we like
it's-
to hold on.
We
to
hold
things.
on, and
Yeah.
we even
We
hold
like to
on to
hold on.
friendships, because it doesn't even have to be in relationships. Okay, yeah, I've been friends with this person for 20 years. Have you really?
Right.
Yeah,
Have
but
you really?
you're just gonna keep. That's
I'm
the
sorry,
problem with
because,
us is we just keep
Tolerating.
on
You tolerate it.
the
You're not really my
same
friend.
thing.
You're not
No.
really my friend. You tolerate me, and you tolerate the chaos that I bring.
Yeah.
Because 9 times out of 10, the person that you think is your friend, when you finish telling them the problems that you are facing, they're gonna go back and they're judging you for those problems.
Absolutely.
Yes, the
Yeah.
Instead of calling you
silent
out.
judgers. I
Instead
love
of
those,
calling
the
you out like, hey
silent
girl,
judgers.
like
Yep.
my best friend, when I was going through what I was going through, she would like look me dead in my face. She's like, girl, it's you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's you. Like, at this point in time, baby, stop talking to me about it.
Yeah.
And
that's
I'd
true.
rather that.
Yeah.
I'd rather you tell me, girl, shut up.
And there's individuals that can be around you too that, you know, can see like, hey, this person is a shooting star. This
Yeah.
person is
Yes.
just, all they need is the right people in their life,
Yep.
and they're going to be a shooting star. And that person can purposely stay in your life
Yes.
because they know that, hey, you love them.
Yeah.
They in their heart say, okay, one day I can be like this
Yes.
person.
Yeah.
Yes.
But reality, they need you, and they're feeding off that energy that you bringing into them, not knowing that it's secretly like hindering you and holding you back.
For sure.
Yeah.
The
For
weight
For
that
sure.
you carry with this person.
Yeah.
And a lot of
Right.
people, I will say, a lot of people don't want to talk about this, right?
Yeah.
No.
There's nobody that wants to sit there and talk about, well, I'm going through all this. And then, because I've had friends tell me so many things and confide in me about their relationships and stuff. And I'm such a listener. I will listen, and I will, it's not, for me, it's not a burden.
Right.
Right.
So a lot of friends would be like, you know, oh my gosh, she won't stop talking about this. And I'm just like, I'll just sit there and say, what would you like her to do? Isn't that what friends are for?
Right.
We're here to listen to our friend's issue. And I
Yeah.
get it, but that's a bigger issue if your friend or whoever is coming to you and they're continually saying these things.
Yeah.
This is something that I feel like we need to look more into.
I don't
Exactly.
have
Be
a
a little bit
problem
more
listening to my
supportive.
friend. I'll listen to you until the wheels fall off.
Yeah.
But you're going to hear what I have to say, whether it's good, bad, or ugly. I don't
Yes,
care.
or
Because
indifferent,
I'm,
yeah.
here, I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear. I'm here to tell you what you need to hear.
That's what a
Yes,
true friend does.
That's a
That's
real
what a
friend.
true friend is.
But
yeah.
you know, that person that's, you know, receiving what you're saying has to be in a season to understand what
Oh,
you're trying
and
to
they have to
Absolutely.
want it too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. And
Absolutely.
some of us learn faster than others. Like I said, some can be with this individual for 20 years.
Yeah.
And Divine, you can say, hey, this, you know, we've had this conversation before.
Yeah.
These are the suggestions and this, that, and the other. And then the next day they're calling you with the same
Same
scenario.
thing, yes.
And you're like, we just had this conversation.
Yes.
I
Right?
think the person has to be ready.
Yes.
They do.
Yes. Yeah.
And it
Yes.
comes to the point where we want to help you. I want to bring you out of there. But if you're not ready, you are
Yeah.
not ready. And we can have the conversation a million times.
Yeah.
And if they're not receptive and they're not ready, they are going to stay in that situation.
Oh, they
Yeah,
are. I know my
because-
friends got tired of me.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
did.
Well, and the thing is, they're always like, I have friends that will tell me almost every year. It's like 6 months to a year, same thing.
Yeah.
But I'll sit there and I'll just say, you're not going anywhere
Yeah, yeah.
until you want to go and change something.
absolutely.
You know, we can keep. I'll talk about it all day, all night. But until something changes, nothing changes until something changes.
And
you
so
know,
then I
so.
think at that point we probably should do like a deep dive. Like, okay, we've been around this conversation now for like 3 or 4 years. Like
Yeah.
Nikki, you would say every 6 months. Okay, why are you still there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's because most times, I'm sorry, but most friendships are surface level.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You can
I
talk
agree.
about something,
Okay.
but are you getting down to the nitty gritty with your friend?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are you helping her peel back those onion layers?
Yeah.
Or are you just peeling off the skin?
Yeah.
Or are you
Because you
just
know what?
making her comfortable?
Skin grows back.
Yeah.
But once
Yeah.
you start peeling back those onion layers, baby, you peel an onion and you continue to the end, you're gonna get that little tiny slither in the middle.
Yeah.
Are you really getting down to the inner heart of your friend, or are you just peeling back the skin?
Yeah.
Is what
Yeah.
you need to ask yourself.
But we don't encounter many people like that. We don't
No,
encounter
you
many people
don't.
like you because it takes accountability.
It does.
It takes self-reflection. It takes so much, and people don't want to put
The
The
work
effort
in.
into
Yeah.
they
it.
don't
I
want to
know,
do the work because it feels heavy, and
Yeah.
it becomes too much on them, and it's painful because most of them are uncomfortable conversations to have
Absolutely.
anyway.
Yeah,
They don't want to
absolutely.
have that.
Yep.
And that
Diamonds
goes
are made
back-
with pressure, though, so remember that.
Yeah.
And another thing is like with our friends or whoever we trying to convey this message to, is more or less like, okay, we're all one individual, so that person is confining in me. But when that person go home, who else are they talking to
Right.
about it, right? And they may have that same mindset. And so then this is how this person keeps converting back or coming back. Much like you said, 6 months later,
Yeah.
it's because their circle is all of that. Their environment is all they can see. Is why they feel like, okay, I am comfortable here.
Yeah.
There is no way out for me, and this is what love feels like
That
because they
toxic
don't know.
environment.
Absolutely.
And I always say this, and this is my best analogy that I like to do for toxicity, is when one piece of bread has mold, it spreads it to everything.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Even if you have something next to it that's not even in the same bag, you go the next day, it's starting to turn green.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's just, it's funny you say that because it's just the same thing. You're around, say you're around one person that's very successful. You're the second successful. If you're
Yeah.
around somebody that's negative, and you're the second one. You're
Okay.
always
Absolutely.
going to be. You want to be around.
You
know.
disagree, Erica?
You made a valuable point.
snap.
Okay, so scenario, right?
Yeah.
You have someone who looks very good on paper, a gentleman that looks very good on paper, right? You all go out for dinner, right? The bill comes back because he did request one check, but then you pick up the check. Is that a red flag?
No, why not? Why
Okay,
would
hold
it
on.
be?
Backtrack. Okay. Did they ask you to go out? Because I love this. Did they ask you to go out?
Oh, you mean, okay, are you talking about a group setting?
No,
or are you
no.
talking about like a
You're
date?
talking about dating.
So it's a date.
okay.
Whoever
You all don't
whoever
know each
invites
other.
the person pays. I don't care if you're with your friends. I don't care if you invite your mom out to lunch. You pay for your mom. If your mom invites you, she's paying because clearly you want to go out.
You're right.
So,
I like that.
so he invites you out, and then you pay.
No,
Is
we
that
expect-
a red flag?
No, that is a huge
No.
red. Wait. I got
Hold up,
Yeah,
but then
you gotta
you
put us
paid?
in.
Okay.
Yeah,
Can I zoom
so
in?
Yeah,
Hold
so I just want to
Okay,
be clear
let
with
me
that.
show mine really quick to the
Yeah.
camera. because
A
it's
walking
very
red flag.
important.
I like that.
Like, this is huge, okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't do that.
No,
because
don't do that.
If you're gonna invite me out for
Don't do
dinner
that.
and I'm gonna take my time out and I'm gonna invest in my makeup, in my hair, in my nails so I look good and sharp, and you're gonna invite me so I can pay for the dinner or I can pay for my dinner and you pay for yours, at that point I'd rather go to dinner by myself.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes,
Like,
Yes.
'cause
agreed.
I love my own
agreed.
company. I don't need your company.
No,
Yeah.
but I
It's-
just think it's that's just tacky.
It is
Yeah, like
tacky.
that. Okay, so hold on. Let me make sure I
Hold
I
on,
got
do you
this
agree
right.
with us or do
because-
you disagree?
No,
Because-
she's gonna tell us at the end.
Yeah.
Let's all give our opinion, and then she's gonna tell us. Let me make sure I
Small
got
guy
this right.
energy.
So a guy, we'll say you, obviously not you, but somebody asked you out on a date.
Okay.
Okay, and you guys went, you had a nice time, all that thing. Who asked about the check?
Okay, so he did.
Okay, so he
Right,
said
about
we'll
the
get a
yeah.
check.
He said one check. So when the server came back, they asked, about the check, and he said
Okay.
one check.
Okay,
Okay.
and then they brought the one check,
Yep.
and you insisted on paying.
He slid it her way. Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. So what you need to tell this person, if it's a real story,
No, this is a real story.
they better go on their phone and they need to go to the phone book. They need to click their number. They need to click edit. They need to
Yes.
scroll to the bottom. They need to press
Yes.
block and then delete contact.
And if there was a FU button, I would have sent that too.
Okay. So the bill was $572.
oh, he was
Wow.
tricking her.
That was the bill.
That he was literally tricking on her
Yes, and she paid it.
Oh.
because she's a boss.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I guess that's what she felt like, but I'm glad she was prepared to pay for a significant.
Yeah, what happened in the case if I'm sorry, you slipped me a check after asking for the check?
Yes.
Baby, I'm going to the
You know
bathroom
what?
and you're going to be washing dishes.
I was just gonna say there would be no conversation after that. I would slip me the check. I would have looked at you. I would have got up and I would have left.
Like,
And I was
okay,
like,
I
thank you
probably
for your
don't-
No,
service.
at that
so-
point, when you're splitting the bill in half and I'm getting my half and your half,
Yeah.
I think at that point I'll be like, okay, I guess friends is what you want to be.
Yeah.
'Cause
No, for sure.
That's who does that. Like if you're trying to date me and if you're trying to impress me,
Yeah.
and if you're trying to be in your alpha, I'm trying to be in my feminine.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if
and
you want
that's how you
alpha,
want to do it, then we're just buddy. There's nothing
there's
else.
nothing
Let's
there.
go.
Yeah, I just think, I have no problem paying for my man, right? Now, if I
Yeah.
tell you, hey, babe, we're going to go out for dinner today, like, let's go, like, dress up nice. In my mind, he's probably thinking, okay, she's going to pay. Because you never know what the situation is.
But y'all also
but-
been dating.
You're
We're
right.
talking about a first
But no,
date.
okay, let's
This
just
was
say
the first
let's just
date.
say it is a first date
That was the
because
first date.
I have no problem shooting my shot.
Okay.
I don't. I'm very dominant. I'm very confident. I don't care.
Even if I got it, you're paying.
I do not care.
All right.
But if I ask you out,
Yeah.
I'm gonna pay because I asked you.
Okay.
But if you ask me out, I'm expecting that you are going to, pay because it's your treat. I've
Yes.
never heard of someone inviting you out for dinner and expecting you to pay, unless we homegirls and it's
I
like,
was
all
gonna
right.
say
So the
exactly.
So the day before, they actually had the initial conversation, right? They
Mm-hmm.
expressed what they do for a living, the kids, and all the things that life's, right? And so the next day was the day, and he did
Okay.
invite her out.
Yeah.
She paid the check.
That's crazy
Right.
to me.
That is.
but only
So-
because he slid it to her.
I'm not sure if that's why she paid or
Right.
she felt
But
obligated
just the concept
to pay
of
it,
just-
but
Yeah.
Okay, so about that. So she ended up paying a check.
Okay.
Now when they had a wonderful night after that, he had the whole car service for her, and they
Baby,
went
he
out
spent all
and
the
this,
money
that,
on the
and
car
other.
service. That's why he couldn't pay for the bill.
Okay,
Thank you.
okay, but the next day he actually. During the conversation, he had asked her hey, what kind of cars are you in? Because he's a big car drive, big into cars and things like that.
Yeah, okay.
So the next day, he actually had the car that she mentioned delivered to her job
Oh.
because she paid the check.
Really.
Yeah, because
Okay,
he was saving that because baby, he was short on funds. So he had to save the $500 to try to pretend like he was tricking on her the next day, but they don't work like that because what I always say is, baby, can
no,
you?
no.
I don't know.
hold
I
on,
think
you
we just
said,
missed it.
Yeah, I think you just.
We just
no,
missed it.
he
He
bought
delivered
her
the
a
entire
car.
He
car.
delivered
delivered
a car
a car
with
to
the
her.
bow.
Because she
To
paid
her-
the bill.
Well, I don't say.
Was okay?
So I
Are you
don't
trying
know
to
if
say
it's
like he
because
was
she paid
testing
the
her?
bill. I feel like
Maybe.
that's what
Yeah.
it was.
Baby, you trying to test me? Let me pull it up.
I don't play those games.
Yeah,
Okay.
see,
You
I don't
wanna
do
try to
games.
test me.
I don't do
We don't play
games.
those games.
Yeah.
We don't play that. That
Because
is a red
like,
flag.
if you're gonna buy me a car, buy me a car. But don't try to make it as if this is some sort of trivia, like you that little gremlin underneath the bridge and Dora the Explorer,
Yes.
and you giving me a riddle and I have to solve it.
Yes.
So I just feel
okay.
like this is
So-
the misconception.
Honestly, I have a comment on that. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Because again, I don't feel like this is a huge red flag. It's a game.
It's a control thing, too.
It is a
It is.
control
Nope.
thing.
It is.
You're pulling your cards to see if I'm a gold digger or not.
Amen.
And I'm gonna
That's
be honest
exactly.
with you, because I know a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
The only man worry about a woman being a gold digger is the guy that has nothing for you to dig on. They don't have any gold, because the thing
Say it
is
again?
that
Yeah.
when a man has
Seriously.
when a man truly has gold, he wants to give it
He
to
wants
his
to give
woman.
it.
Yes. He
And
wants to share it.
a real man, a real alpha man, loves spoiling his woman.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And they want to give them everything, because guess what? A woman is a reflection of the man.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yes.
The better your wife look, the better your spouse, your girlfriend looks, the better that you look.
Yeah.
Because now
Exactly.
everybody's
Yeah.
wondering, like, man, he must be really doing really good.
Yeah.
Look at her
Yes.
purse, look at her shoes, look at the car that she's driving.
And yep.
And a man
He
that
adores
has
her,
the
you know.
gold and that adore his woman, that is in his alpha and masculine energy, he wants to worship that, and he wants to give her
Absolutely.
everything.
And I also want to
Yes.
add something too, since we're talking about red flags. First of all, that's controlling, and that's another
Yeah.
form of love bombing, because
Yes.
you took me out, okay?
Yes.
Now, granted, I paid the bill, fine, whatever. Let's get over that part because you know what? Shit happens, okay? So let's just pretend that that's not even a problem. But now the very next day, first of all, let's go to the end of the day. At the end of the day, the girl had her reservations because she was still questioning as to why she paid the bill.
Yes.
Okay? So now already you are providing me with a sense of instability
Yeah.
and a sense of, okay, is this something? Now I'm questioning your character.
So about the character,
Uh-huh.
so he had been in several relationships. He took a 3-year break from dating because his previous relationships, he found that he was paying for everything.
So basically,
But that's not my fault.
So
Yeah.
You're bringing that trauma onto the
because
new
how do you know that I
That's
don't
a
want
great
to?
point.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's a great
True.
point.
Yeah, how do you know that I don't want to? In at the end, maybe I want to spoil you. Maybe you don't know. You
Yeah.
don't know what kind of money I have.
Right.
We spoke about what we do for work, but you don't know what I got in my bank account.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm sitting here and I'm trying to just know and get to know you, and I can turn out to be this woman who doesn't need a man to take care of me.
Okay.
But you're already from the jump. You're stereotyping a woman.
Yes, agreed.
And
That's
these are
agreed.
conversations that are healthy to have. I don't see anything wrong with that.
I don't think so.
Let's sit down at a table because I don't think that's toxic. I think it's very healthy to know
Yeah.
what are your goals. Are you into 50-50? Are you going to be
Yeah.
the provider?
Yeah.
What do you expect from your woman? Because the more I know, the more I can be like, I don't think this one is for me, or I
Yeah,
think
this
we
isn't gonna
align in our
work.
beliefs and
Yeah.
our stuff, and this is how we want to do things.
For
I
sure.
see potential.
Yeah.
Let's take it to another date.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Another scenario I have for you. Okay, we have a 37-year-old male
Okay.
who still lives at home with his parents.
Ooh.
Oh,
Okay.
gosh, wait a minute.
And he
Like,
wants to go on a date.
Okay,
Not
okay,
me.
okay. You know what? I'm
My
gonna.
stories always have
living-
twists.
this is walking.
Okay. No.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. No, I'm gonna say this. Okay.
Depends on the situation.
Living with your mama. Okay, in
His
this
parents.
economy or his parents,
Yeah.
I'm not
that's
gonna
true.
rule it out.
Okay.
I'm not gonna rule it out. That is not a deal breaker for me.
Okay.
But I have follow up questions.
I was just going to say, it
Okay.
depends on the situation
if you have
as
a
to
job
why
and
you're at home.
you know, I want to know the
What
why.
kind of job? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even care about the job.
No.
Baby, as long as
Okay.
you bring home a check and you're not a bum on the couch, I don't give a shit what my man does. I don't care if you go outside and you fucking dig up worms and you collect them and
Yeah.
for a check. I don't care if you are them people that be.
I love her.
I don't. I don't give
That's
a
a no for sure.
I don't care.
what you do
I
as
don't
long
care
as
what
you
you
out
do.
this house doing something.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't care
Yes.
if you are a dog pooper, scooper. Baby, go pick up that dog shit. I don't
That's
give a
a
shit.
no.
It
for
doesn't
titties.
show independency here to
Yeah,
me.
yeah,
It doesn't
Yeah.
show autonomy. It
Okay,
doesn't-
but what if his mom and what if his parents are sick and he
ill,
takes
yes.
care of them
Okay.
and he's
Yeah.
the breadwinner and he pays the
Yeah.
mortgage and he does all that?
But at that point, that's your home. My parents live with me.
Yes.
I live with
Yeah.
my parent. That's a completely different.
Yeah,
It
this
is.
scenario, he's living with his
because
parents.
if you're
Okay.
living with your
Okay.
parents and you are obsessed with playing video games all day,
Yeah,
and
I
then you
understand.
have a part time
The
at
video game-
7-Eleven.
yeah.
I'm
No, I'm not
at
about
The
that
that
video
life,
point,
yeah.
not
games
doing it.
is more of a turn off for me than living with your parents.
Yes, I hate
personally,
the video
because
games,
baby, pick up a book.
And
Can you
So
spell?
red flag,
Making
video
sense.
games on a
'Cause
man that is 25 plus. It's a
Okay,
red
okay.
flag.
I do
Occasional
know
game
a
playing.
gamer who makes significant amount of money
Yeah.
from gamers, so
That's
it
a
just
living.
Yeah.
depends.
That's
Okay,
a
Okay,
living.
no.
okay.
That's
I
different.
think bottom line, it depends on the situation as to why that man is still at home.
Yeah.
Comfort.
Because
Okay, yeah.
It's comfort. He does pay all the bills.
Okay.
He does take care of his mom and dad.
Okay.
And
Okay.
he has enough to pay for her bills too. It's just a
Okay.
comfort.
Okay,
But
so he's a
again,
parent's
I see
boy.
that umbilical cord not being cut
Yes,
in there,
yeah.
and that worries me because the
Yes.
thing
Yeah.
is, like, when you have a relationship, are you gonna learn that now I become your
Your
first
number
family?
one.
Your
Yeah,
number
your number one.
You, I mean, even the Bible say it. You leave
It
your
is.
mom and your dad,
Yes.
and you become one with your spouse.
Yes.
This is your family
Yes.
now.
Yes.
So I mean,
Yes.
it's all about conversations. It's all
Yes.
about being able to recognize these red flags, and are you going to be able to be okay with that?
And
Are
can you be
possibly
honest?
okay with
Are you
having
gonna-
the in-laws
yeah.
living with you?
Right.
'Cause that's another thing.
I think
too.
also
That's
that it
another-
depends on
And
the
you're gonna-
woman.
Yeah, it does.
It depends on
does,
the woman.
Yeah.
But it also, you have to take into account everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so okay, fine, you take care of your parents, blah blah blah. But do you ever have ambitions to leaving the nest?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of care do they need? Or are you just point blank period, are you just lazy? and you're using that as an excuse to stay with your parents.
Yeah, there's so many whys behind it.
There is,
so many
but
whys
complex.
behind it.
It's
complex.
it's very
It's very
complex.
It would have to be, and then on the flip side of that, it's like you got to cut that umbilical cord.
Yeah.
And is that man going to be okay? You know, because you don't want him to despise you. Because if say he's like, oh yeah, you know, we're gonna let's do it.
Yeah.
But then
This is why you got to have boundaries in a
boundaries.
relationship.
Always.
Absolutely.
Because I tell you what I want, and you tell me what you're willing to give or not.
Yeah.
But don't self-sacrifice, because
Yes.
it's going to come back to bite you.
It's
You're
gonna-
not going to be
it
happy.
is.
So the
Absolutely.
invitation was for her to come in and be an extended family. That's the goal.
Does she have
He
kids?
want,
No, thank
Oh,
you.
he wants
Eventually.
her to move in with mommy and
Yeah,
daddy.
it's a 5-bedroom.
and they
Yes,
can
not in a
have.
house.
He's not really ready
Not
for a
me.
real relationship.
I like
I'm
freedom.
so
I
sorry.
like walking
Yeah.
around my house
Yes.
with nothing on. I like
And
talking
basically,
when I
it's
wanna
like,
talk.
okay, I think it's just awkward to
And I
have
like
sex when
staying
your
up at
parents
time
are
of
there.
night.
Thank
That's when I
you.
like being up at
Yeah,
the
and are
time
we
of the
talking a
night.
1-bedroom or like a 1-level house?
It's a
No,
5-bedroom.
It could,
Okay,
it could
it
be
still
a
doesn't
7-bedroom
agree.
house.
Right.
I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
I'm
Could
not
be a
gonna do
mansion.
it.
Okay.
A
Oh,
palace.
And he'll
It's a
pay all of
mansion.
her bills. She can go to school.
Yeah.
He'll buy her a car.
Yeah, but then
He
okay,
just
I guess
want-
this is where I'm confused. Why can't he leave? What if mommy and daddy are next door?
Just comfort. He just
It's
said it's
just
comfort.
comfort.
Well,
that's a
he loves his
problem.
mom and dad.
Well, I'm gonna get him a
That's
pack
a
of
problem.
diapers, and he
Yes,
can stay
and he
there
can
with
stay
mom
with
and
mommy
dad.
and daddy. I'm so sorry.
Like, you know what the crazy part about it is? Like, okay, living with mommy and daddy is really not. Still hearing about it is not the deal breaker. What the deal breaker would be for me is when I ask you why, and you simply just say comfort. Comfort
That's it,
of
yeah.
what?
Yeah.
yes.
the convenience of seeing
Convenience
his
of
parents
what?
every day,
It's
being a part of the
attachment.
It's
an
it's not
attachment,
no
and
convenience.
attachment
It's
is not good.
exactly.
Because quite frankly, if it was like a serious attachment, I understand that. That's great and all, but you want a family and you
Yes,
want
he wants a
me.
family.
We need to move.
no.
We can move
I
next
don't-
door.
You want a family, baby? You
Attachment,
got a family.
whether
Yeah, you
it's
got a
to your
family.
mom,
Yeah.
your dad, your spouse, your
Yes.
friend,
Yeah.
whoever. Attachments are just not healthy, and
No.
Yeah.
we need
No.
to stop attachment. It changes who we are. It
Yes.
changes our core.
Codependency is
It's
a
just
red
not
flag.
good. It is a red flag.
Absolutely.
It's a huge red
Yeah.
flag. We
So
don't have
agreed.
much time left. So let's go
Yes.
through a few red flags when we see these in friendships, relationships, spouse, or just a new boyfriend, let's say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody that tells you he does not celebrate birthdays. Is that a red flag or a green flag? No
Baby.
birthday present.
So
'cause
not-
you
no,
don't
we're not
believe in
talking religion or
Christmas, Mother's
anything?
No.
Day or anything.
Listen,
No, yeah.
if your partner or your friend or whatever tells you that they don't celebrate birthdays, leave them.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
you're
Out.
telling me that you don't want to celebrate me.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
Thank you.
you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Agreed.
Yes.
Yeah, you know.
Shit, you better get me a balloon for $1.
Yeah.
Thank you. It
card.
doesn't take much.
Is this religion related?
No,
It's
no,
why-
that's
it's
not
why-
just on.
I'm sorry,
like,
I never
buy
heard of
gifts,
any
like-
religion that says not to
Okay,
celebrate birthdays.
fair,
If somebody
fair.
tells you that there's a religion that they
Well,
don't celebrate
there is,
birthdays,
Yeah, they are.
That's
There
another
is.
red flag.
There is.
which
There is a-
religion?
Oh, there is?
Jehovah's Witness.
Yes, Jehovah's Witness. They don't celebrate anything.
Anything. Only,
Are you
only their
serious?
anniversary.
That's the
That's
only.
it.
thing
Oh,
you
a
can
marriage
celebrate.
anniversary.
That's it.
Yes.
A marriage, but
That's it.
you
The only
wouldn't
thing.
be here if you weren't
No.
birthed. If you didn't have a birthday,
They
you
probably
would-
no. I think they
can't.
probably only
I
care
know.
about the
That's
birth
all
and
religion-
rebirth
Or
of
no, we already
Jesus
talked about religion.
or Jehovah.
Okay, somebody that can go a whole week without talking to you, but
No.
you guys are in a relationship.
No.
Red
No,
flag.
Red
that's
flag.
a red flag.
I
No.
think honestly, like
There's a song about it.
I have a hard time with 24 hours, but I'm gonna be nice and say 48 hours for me.
Yes.
If I haven't heard 48 hours from you, we're
Then I'm
nothing.
not
I'm
that
so
important.
sorry. If we're walking
We're
in the
nothing.
hallway and we're going past each other without anything, and we're just doing this, and there's not 48
I'm not
hours.
Okay.
your, I'm not
You
your
got,
kid.
you got that day. If I wake up the next day and we still haven't said anything,
Silent
you might as
tre-
well sleep on
Listen,
the couch.
you want to
A
give me the
week-
silent treatment? Kiss my ass.
A week, that person simply is
Kiss
not
my ass.
interested in you. Please
Okay,
run.
another one.
Please run, yes.
When you guys are texting and there's an argument going on,
Okay.
and instead of trying to fix it and engaging in the conversation, he responds with a thumbs up.
That is, let me say something. I got something to say.
Oh.
That is one of
Oh
my
my
pet
God.
peeves.
Passive
I'm not
aggressive
going to
much?
say, yeah. I won't say any names, but I cannot stand when I write almost not even a book.
Yes.
Okay, I write maybe a little paragraph,
Essay.
and I get a yes or an okay.
Yeah.
That says you don't give a shit. I don't know how else
You
to put
see,
it.
And
I'm too busy
the-
to read all this or to.
Yes.
I don't care. Okay.
Such a low
Yeah,
effort.
buddy. Like,
it's so left. It's so low effort, but I can
Yes.
honestly say, in that person's defense, even though I would never do it, just only a thumbs up, is that I feel like text messages can be so impersonal, and you don't
Oh,
know.
for sure.
yes.
Not-
Which
but yes and
direction.
no.
At that point, pick up the phone and call.
I
Yes.
personally,
No, but
Don't-
it depends
don't
on the
put
person.
It's disrespectful.
It's
Yeah,
very
it's
disrespectful with just the
disrespectful.
emoji.
You
or
know
a
what's
thumbs up.
crazy?
Don't do
Yeah.
that.
Especially after you type in a whole paragraph.
Yeah.
Thank
whole
you.
essay.
I don't care what.
I'd rather someone tell me,
Nikki's
listen,
doing
I'm
the
not
whole
reading
essay.
that.
Yes.
Yeah, because
Yes.
no, there's something not right. It depends on the person.
Yeah.
Like if you know how
Yeah.
that person is, a thumbs up might be okay. Because I've done that, like a friend
Yeah.
or whatever, and we
Yeah.
just want to acknowledge that we said something or whatever. But if it's your significant other or your spouse or your, whoever it is,
Yeah.
and you're literally pouring your heart out, or you got something serious to say, and you don't. Respond. You respond with a yes or a thumbs
get a
up.
nerve.
I'm gonna have a problem.
Thank you.
I love it.
I don't like even saying my feelings over text because really
Yes.
I am a tone person.
Yes.
How I read your text could not even be how you were speaking to
Yeah,
me.
misinterpreted.
I do not like. Honestly, I will tell my man, I'm not arguing over text. I will yell at you when I get home.
What if this is a person you're just getting to know, though?
Even
Like,
even if
do
it's
you
someone that I'm getting to
argue?
know, I send voice notes. Like, listen, I don't know how I'm supposed to take that text message, but I'm just gonna assume that you're being an asshole. So when you feel like you want to talk to me, actually like an adult, you pick up the phone and you call me.
Yeah, I will
But
say I do like
besides that-
these audio messages.
Okay, what about when their social media looks like they own a strip club?
Okay, honestly, I don't care about that. I
do.
don't.
You don't?
I don't care about that.
I think it's a red flag.
That's a big red flag.
Honestly,
That's a red
because
flag.
sometimes like I be having
What are you
sexy
doing
man
at
on my
3 a.m.?
Instagram too.
I mean, yeah,
Do you know where your
but
wife?
No. Wait a minute.
Nah, I don't mind.
even the emojis and the likes and
Yeah,
all of
I don't
them
care.
are-
And then the
Okay, the
comment.
comments, no, the comments you're taking it
I'm
too
in
far,
your
but I don't care
DMs.
about likes. I really don't. Like,
Oh, yeah.
honestly,
I'm all in your DMs.
because honestly, I'll just be like, okay, I'll be scrolling. I'm like, okay, like he's handsome, like like
but much
okay,
like you, but it's like 5 of us saying the same thing. And what kind of relationship does he has with those other individuals? And you and I are.
luckily,
Having a
my man don't have any
conversation.
social media. I got blessed.
Well,
Good.
no. The question.
But
the question.
I really, even if
Yeah.
he did, like, honestly, I don't really give a shit. Like,
But
at the end
you
of the day, a
have to.
man is gonna be a man, and he has eyes. And same thing for a woman. Like, we see a
gonna do
handsome
whatever they
man.
wanna
So
do.
you're
If we
saying
see a
He's
handsome man,
clearly,
Yeah.
he's clearly telling you what it is
Shoot.
without saying what
Thank
it
you.
is.
I like big booties too.
So you're
I
saying
do.
if
I
he's
like
But there's a
liking
difference
comments,
between the male and the
I do.
female and somebody who's lustful.
Now, there's a difference
Yeah.
between, like, okay, if he's like, being a horn dog and sending DMs, okay, then that's a problem. But if
That's
it-
what his face.
But
what
if
page
like the
look
algorithm,
that's what it looks
but if
like.
that was his algorithm before we got together, like I don't give a shit.
hold on. Okay, I'm a little lost. So
No.
you're saying if you
No.
go on this guy's or whoever
like,
Facebook or
yes.
Instagram,
Nah, I really,
Yes.
I don't.
His
It's,
and
feed
his feed is a
It's
lot
bottoms
of
up. Yeah, bottoms
baby, I
up.
don't care.
Okay, with
baby, I do not
drinking and
care.
partying.
No, 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 no.
confidence.
Body
Yeah, I
part.
like that.
oh,
I
just
do
like
not
he's got
care.
good-looking women on it.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Or is it just him? Is it him showing all his goodies, or is it other women? he's
And now, if you're showing his
advertising?
goodies,
No.
now that's
That's a
different.
problem.
Because
Yeah.
you should don't be showing your
That's
goodies
different.
for free. Because baby, if you're gonna make some money out of it, give me some.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you,
All right.
okay, let's say he has a social media and he's constantly showing off himself.
See, I
Okay.
think that's a little different once you begin
I
a
still don't care.
relationship. Yeah, that's my man though. You know?
Yeah, that's fine.
Because you know
But-
what? Like I feel the same.
To an extent.
Okay,
an
if
extent.
he's
To
out
an
there,
extent.
if he's out there
Because
making
if you
his
check those
freaking
DMs,
Okay.
okay,
so-
okay, no. I don't care about that because you know what? I know my man look good, baby. DM him. If he responds, that's where we have an issue because I'm never gonna be mad
Yeah.
at a woman for shooting their shot. I'll be
Okay.
mad at the man for not blocking it.
I agree with
Yeah,
that.
and I
like
agree
that.
with
I
that
agree
because
with
I
that.
can't tell you, even
I like that.
even being married, I ain't got nothing special out there, trust. But
you're beautiful.
people
And-
still DM me,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'll respond like even when I know it's somebody why they're DMing me,
Yeah.
I'll be like, hey, how can I help you?
I'm confident.
Do you need to buy a house?
Exactly. No, like I'm confident enough in my relationship where I really like the social media. I don't care. It's all based off, and also is the security that your man provides you.
So to
Fair.
close it up, because we are running out of time, what's a red flag that you girls have ignored for some reason?
Procrastination.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good one, Tarika.
Yeah.
Procrastination.
That's a good
Like
one.
if someone is showing you that characteristic, that's gonna be them. I don't care how many
Yeah.
times
Yeah.
you talk about it or give them some sort of example or
Mm-hmm.
break that. It's literally impossible to break a procrastinator characteristic.
It is.
Yeah.
You know what?
Huge
Which
red
one is for
flag.
me that I ignore? The white lies.
Oh.
Oh, that's a bit. I would never think about
That-
I can't
Yeah.
deal with liars.
Okay.
I
So
know
no,
how to act
Because
that
if
out.
you're telling them
I
you're a
don't.
white lie,
I don't
there's
like
more behind
liars.
it.
I don't like
Yeah.
liars. But when you are such a people pleaser and someone tells you, like, people don't realize that not telling you is still lying. So if I ask you something and you withhold something from me, that's still lying.
That is
But
still
then
lying.
the,
Agreed.
the little white lies of like, I just didn't want to hurt your feelings. I'm like, oh my God, like he didn't want to hurt my feelings. You know,
No, he didn't
like,
want to.
I don't do that one.
confess.
That's
Yeah.
I used to ignore those red flags though.
Yeah.
Like I really did.
That's
I used
50-50 with me.
I used to legit just be like, okay, you know what? Like, I understand. Like, you were just scared to tell me, blah, blah, blah. And I would just let it go. Now, baby, you just a liar.
I feel like it just depends on the age group,
Yeah.
right?
Yes,
Because
absolutely.
because I've have experience raising kids. I'm a mom of 21 years, and my boys will come to me and tell me a scenario, and he'll be like, "Oh, well, she got mad because I didn't respond." But at my age, yes, I will get mad because you
Yeah.
didn't respond. But for him, it's like,
They're still
how
learning.
do I take
Yeah.
this, and what do
Yeah.
I say without defending her?
yeah.
So it's a 50-50
It
with
is.
me.
It is. Because,
Okay, it's
you know,
50-50.
growing up, too, like,
Yeah.
when you grow up, sometimes you lie to not get in trouble.
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
naturally. Like, yeah, I know I did. When I grew up, like, I was like, shit, I'm gonna lie to my mom because I know if I tell her the truth, I'm gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, I'm on
and
punishment
and
for, like,
most
3
parents,
months.
like, just tell me that if you tell me the truth, you're not gonna get in trouble. Bullshit.
Okay. Red flag.
But and that's why like I grew up ignoring the white lies because I didn't consider it as a full blown lie. I considered it more as like a they care because they don't want to hurt my feelings. But that's not true.
Okay.
If someone can even a white lie, that means you don't have my best interest at heart because you have me out here looking blind.
Okay.
But let me say something about this white lie stuff because I do think it also has to be age appropriate,
Yes.
right?
Mhm.
And I'll just give a quick scenario. So my son, there was a girl that liked him, right?
Yeah.
But they've been friends for a very long time. Well, now, they're getting older. She's got a little crush, but he just doesn't like her, like that. He doesn't like her like
Yeah.
that. So how do you tell, I don't want him to be rude about it.
course.
Right.
I have simply told him, hey, I just think we are better off friends. So I have to teach, teaching
that's a
my
good thing to
son.
say.
That's perfect.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's not like,
Very
That's a
healthy.
green flag
'cause
there.
It is.
that's a
Yeah.
green flag.
That's a
But
green
I had
flag.
to tell, I was like, what did you say to her when she said that? Nothing. Boy, go pick up that phone
Yeah.
and text something because
Yeah.
I can't teach him. It's so small right now, but this is what's
you're
making
trying to
I see
teach
how you
him.
do
have
it.
to
You know
teach
what
him.
I'm saying? I
Yeah.
have to
Right.
teach him how to present things like that because this is a baby thing.
Right.
No,
But
and you have
it
to
will-
teach him, that it's okay for you to feel how you feel as
Yes.
long it's not what you say is how you
How you
say
say
it.
it. Yeah,
It's
exactly.
okay to feel how you feel as long as your delivery is not malicious.
Right.
Yes, and you have to
So-
deliver.
Yeah.
You can't
What's
just ignore.
your favorite or what's a good green flag that you enjoy, that you like, that you feel like, okay, I'm safe because you're giving me the green
Consideration.
flag. Okay,
Very
I love that.
considerate.
Yeah.
For me,
I love a
it's
person that's considerate.
yeah, I like considerate, but for me, it's just like I want to feel like you're enjoying my presence.
So that will be reassurance.
That's
Reassurance.
Reassurance.
I
I
want
like
to be
that.
I love
reassured.
reassurance
I
and
don't
consideration.
like
That's so huge for
that's
me.
I
really
love
big for
that.
me, and that's something I've felt like for a long time. Like you said, if things happen in your childhood or whatever, you don't feel like you have that. You seek those things,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that can become love bombing. But it's like
Yeah.
I just, I love that. I want to hold hands, or
Yeah.
I want him to randomly
Honestly,
come
I
and
don't
kiss
have a
me.
problem
Is
like
that-
love bombing if you're consistent with it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
Do not
yes.
love mommy
Because
for
I'm telling
2
you
months
to.
and
Right.
then I'm
Yeah.
nobody
Yeah,
to
and
you.
I,
Right.
and at that
It's like,
point in
who's this
time, it's not
person?
love bombing, but be affectionate with your woman,
Yes.
or
Affection.
or vice
That's
versa,
it.
or vice versa,
Affection.
because there's
Yeah.
men out there who truly love their affection from their woman.
Yes.
It always
Yes.
goes both ways,
Yes.
and
The love
that's-
language, guys. Read that because
Yes.
there,
Yes.
I do that because that's what I want.
Yeah.
But it may
Yeah.
not be, not everybody's touchy feely. I want that.
gotta
so
learn
Right, you have
you
to
gotta
learn
learn,
that. Yeah.
so-
Divine, what's your big green flag that you
My biggest green flag is support, because I
Okay.
love,
Amen.
like, I can accomplish anything, but when I have a cheerleader,
Yes.
Yes.
baby, I'm unstoppable.
next level?
Yes.
Yes.
I love that.
And that is one thing, like, I love when he's just like, I support you, like, I'm here for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so proud of you, I'm your number one cheerleader. I'm like, you know what,
Yeah.
I love
Whatever-
you.
Tomorrow,
whatever you
yeah. I'm
need.
gonna go
Tomorrow
ahead
I'm
and
gonna go
do
hard.
this.
I got you.
I'm gonna take care of you, baby. I got
Yes.
I got you. We can do this
I think
together.
it was the 3 options here that you say, the 3 options that we discussed. It's very powerful, and I
Yes.
think it will be my top 3
Absolutely.
too.
Yeah.
Be yourself.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
be
want you
yourself.
to, if you're around me, I want you to be yourself. I
Mm-hmm.
love somebody who's not afraid of intimacy.
Oh, that's
Yes.
a
I
good
love
point.
somebody who's considerate. I love somebody who reassures. I think those are all very healthy green flags.
Yeah,
and I'm here for them. But
absolutely.
be yourself, because as long as you're being yourself and I get the true version of yourself, we're good.
Yes,
We're in
I
it.
agree.
I
Agreed.
agree wholeheartedly. Those are
Yeah.
all good, valid points.
Absolutely.
And what we're saying here today, like, I can't emphasize this enough. It goes for every single relationship that you have. Friendship, clients, personal intimate relationships, and most importantly, the relationship with yourself, because you can be supportive of yourself, you can be considerate of yourself, you can be okay with being in your own company and enjoy your own company.
Right.
And you can be yourself, and you don't care about what anybody else feels.
Yes.
You love you. This is who you are, and whoever doesn't like it can kiss your ass.
Yeah, you got to stay confident. Stay confident and be you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
it.
And that's it for today. This was amazing.
Yes,
This was
I
awesome.
love
We did it.
this show.
I'm glad we
Yes,
did it. We will
yes.
be back.
Find
next
your
week.
community,
Yeah.
guys. That's
Yes.
a big part. Find your community
Yeah.
where you can talk about these
And
things.
we are here for you.
And we
Yeah.
are here for you. We could be your
Keeping it
community.
real with
The
iMath
iMath
ladies.